Is walking really helping after 70, or could it be limiting you? For years, the common advice has been simple: walk more to stay healthy. But today, many health professionals are rethinking that message, especially for people in their 70s and beyond. Walking isn't harmful, it still has value, but relying on it as your main activity may no longer meet your body's evolving needs. In fact, it might keep you from adopting other habits that better support strength, balance, and mental sharpness. In this video, we'll uncover 5 science-backed habits that become even more important than walking after 70. These strategies are based on current research in longevity, movement, and aging, and they could help you maintain independence, avoid injuries, and improve your overall well-being. Watch through to the end to discover what really matters most in your 70s and beyond. 1. Rebuilding leg strength with resistance work. Many older adults believe walking is enough to keep their legs strong. While it's good for stamina, walking alone won't stop the natural muscle loss that accelerates as we age. What your legs truly need is resistance, a challenge to keep the muscles engaged and capable. Consider Robert, age 76. He was diligent about walking several miles each morning. But over time, everyday tasks like standing from a chair or climbing stairs became harder. A fall finally made him realize his strength wasn't keeping up, even though he was active. His doctor explained, walking doesn't fully activate all the muscles needed for leg strength and stability. To truly build and preserve leg strength, incorporate simple resistance moves like squats using just your body weight, leg lifts, heel raises, and exercises with resistance bands. You don't need a gym, just consistency, about 2 or 3 times weekly, is enough to see real improvements. Make sure you're working both the front and back of the legs for balance. Strong legs mean confidence, mobility, and fewer falls. If you've been skipping resistance training, it's time to rethink your routine. Your legs deserve the support to keep carrying you forward. 2. Boosting balance and coordination. Balance often goes unnoticed, until it fails you. Walking on flat, familiar surfaces doesn't challenge the reflexes and muscles involved in real-world balance. That's why specific balance exercises become essential after 70. Take Barbara, age 80. She had no trouble with her daily neighborhood walks. But when she quickly turned to grab something and lost her footing, she realized her coordination wasn't what it used to be. Her fall wasn't due to weakness, it was a lack of reactive balance. Practicing balance can be easy. Stand on one foot while brushing your teeth, try heel-to-toe walking down a hallway, or do mindful movements like Tai Chi. These routines strengthen stabilizing muscles and train your nervous system to respond quickly when needed. Falls are one of the top threats to older adults, and many stem from sudden shifts in movement, not just poor strength. If you want to remain steady and agile, make balance practice part of your weekly schedule. These aren't just exercises, they're essential skills for safe and independent living. 3. Caring for joints with low-impact activity. Over time, joints endure significant wear, especially after decades of walking. While walking supports cardiovascular health, excessive or repetitive walking on hard surfaces can aggravate aging joints. Look at Davis, 73. He loved walking and did so for miles daily. But eventually, knee pain crept in, and simple movements became uncomfortable. His doctor clarified, it wasn't the act of walking, but the impact of doing it too often, without variety or rest. That's why integrating low-impact activities is key. Swimming, cycling on a recumbent bike, water aerobics, and gentle mobility stretches can help you stay active without stressing the joints. Even seated exercises or hip movements can keep joints limber without pain. You don't need to give up walking, just supplement it wisely. Warm up first, use proper footwear, avoid harsh terrain, and listen to discomfort. Pain is a message, not a test to push through. Taking care of your joints is about adapting, not retreating. With the right movement habits, your knees, hips, and ankles can continue to support an active lifestyle well into your later decades. 4. Keeping the mind active through purposeful engagement. When we think of staying healthy, especially past 70, our minds often jump straight to physical movement. But while keeping the body in motion is vital, mental fitness is equally essential. The brain, like a muscle, demands consistent stimulation to stay agile. Yes, walking supports cardiovascular health, but it doesn't stretch your cognitive abilities in the way that focused, intentional mental tasks do. Overlooking this aspect of wellness is one of the most common yet harmful oversights among older adults aiming to stay mentally sharp. Consider the case of 79-year-old Betty. Her days were filled with routine, morning walks, reading the daily news, and managing household tasks. Yet, she began noticing signs of mental fog, struggling with names, losing her train of thought, and forgetting simple plans. A casual question from her doctor, "When was the last time you learned something new?" stuck with her. It was then she realized her brain was coasting on autopilot, even though her body was active. Mental vitality thrives on novelty and effort. Challenging your brain with unfamiliar tasks, learning a new language, playing a different board game, handwriting a letter, or experimenting with a new dish, can reawaken dormant neural pathways. It's not about mastery, it's about engagement. Activating memory, reasoning, focus, and imagination builds mental reserves that support resilience against cognitive decline. Research increasingly shows that mentally stimulating activities not only sharpen thinking but also enhance mood, lift energy levels, and help ward off depression, an issue that's often undiagnosed in the elderly. Unlike passive routines, mental exercises push the brain to adapt, learn, and grow. So, if your routine feels too predictable, repetitive shows, the same reading material, or daily habits that no longer challenge you, it might be time for a reset. Try a crossword puzzle, join a discussion circle, commit a short poem to memory, or do something new that stretches your comfort zone. A thriving mind isn't born from routine, it's shaped by curiosity, mental effort, and consistent learning. And when you nourish your brain in this way, it will reward you with sharper thinking, stronger connections, and greater confidence in the years ahead. If you're still here and this message resonates with you, drop a number 4 in the comments so I know you're still watching. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out on future content. Your support helps us keep producing meaningful and inspiring material for you. 5. Supporting heart health through better posture and conscious breathing. Posture and breathing might seem too minor to matter, especially when compared to more obvious physical activities. But for those in their 70s and beyond, these quiet practices can have a surprisingly powerful impact on heart function, energy levels, and overall well-being. It's not uncommon to feel winded or lightheaded despite staying active, and often, it's not your stamina that's lacking, but how you're breathing and how your body is aligned. Many older adults have never been taught how to breathe properly. Over time, shallow breathing from the chest and poor posture become the norm, reducing oxygen flow and increasing cardiovascular strain. Take Edward, age 78. He had a consistent walking routine, wasn't overweight, and didn't smoke. Still, he found himself fatigued and short of breath. During a post-surgery rehab session, a therapist noticed his shoulders were perpetually rounded forward, and his breaths were rapid and shallow. Leonard's posture and breathing pattern were limiting his oxygen intake without him even realizing it. Once he started working on posture alignment and practicing deeper, diaphragmatic breathing, Leonard noticed a remarkable shift in how he felt. Breathing that fully engages the diaphragm, where the belly expands with each inhale, helps activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which calms the body and boosts oxygen delivery. This in turn reduces stress on the heart, lowers blood pressure, and improves overall circulation. When combined with upright posture, open chest, relaxed shoulders, head balanced over the spine, you create optimal space in the torso for your lungs and heart to function efficiently. The goal isn't to look rigid or perfect, but to allow your body room to breathe and move freely. The best part? These improvements don't require a gym or a structured workout. You can practice deep breathing and posture awareness while sitting at the table, standing at the sink, lying in bed, or walking outdoors. Just 5 minutes of focused breathing in the morning, posture check-ins during the day, and gentle stretches can completely shift your energy by evening. These aren't flashy habits, but they are deeply transformative. So next time you feel tired after exercise, take a moment to notice your posture and breathing before blaming your age. Often, it's not how much you move, but how you support your body while doing it that makes the biggest difference. Final thoughts. The new rules of healthy aging. Now that you've explored these 5 key changes, take a moment to reflect on how they relate to your daily life. While walking remains an important part of staying healthy, life after 70 requires a broader and more thoughtful approach. Your well-being now relies not only on how much you move, but how strong your muscles are, how stable your balance feels, how much care you give your joints, how actively you use your mind, and how well you breathe. Each of these elements plays a role not just in how long you live, but in how well you live. The routines that served you at 50 or 60 may no longer be enough, or may need adjusting. And that's not something to fear. It's a sign of wisdom and growth. Your body at this stage is more intuitive. It may be more sensitive in certain ways, but it's also more responsive to intentional care. What it needs now is a different kind of attention, one that's mindful, flexible, and kind. One that doesn't just focus on movement for the sake of movement, but aims for quality, balance, and recovery. So if you've been sticking to the same routine and wondering why your knees are aching, your energy dips more often, or your balance feels just a bit off, it's not your imagination. Your body is asking for something deeper than repetition. It's asking for nourishment through specific, thoughtful care. And the beautiful part is, change can start now. With a single focused breath. With one posture correction. With one gentle exercise to support your balance. The body remembers and responds. Always. Thank you so much for spending your time with us today. We'd love to hear from you. Please share in the comments what you learned and what small change you're inspired to try. Your insights matter to us, and reading your stories motivates us to keep sharing valuable content. If this video helped you in any way, consider liking, subscribing, and sharing it with others. Your support allows us to keep producing thoughtful content to support your health and happiness. See you in the next video, and until then, take care of your body, your breath, and your beautiful mind.